Hello friends, we'll be talking about construction of quadrilateral in this session. So friends, let's first of all understand what do we mean by constructions. So as we know, constructions as an English word means to build something. So when we talk about geometry branch in mathematics, construction refers to the act of drawing angles or geometric shapes accurately using a compass and a ruler in the pure form of geometric constructions. Okay, what do we mean by pure form of geometric constructions? Is that in the initial phases of learning constructions, sometimes there are certain angles to be drawn like 32-degree, 10-degree, which cannot be drawn using constructions, just compass and ruler. So protractor is also allowed in those cases, but as a general rule, protractor is not allowed in the constructions. And now a general question which comes to our mind is why constructions? When we can simply use a protractor and other tools of geometry and draw a figure, why do we want to only restrict ourselves to compass and a ruler and do the constructions? Okay, first thing is that if we don't use compass, if we try, if we have three sides of a triangle given to us and we try to make them using ruler, it'll require multiple iterations. Although finally only one triangle may be possible with those dimensions which are given to us, but to fit it and to exactly get a triangle, we'll need multiple iterations. We draw the base of a triangle and the other sides of given length and intersecting each other will not happen in the first go. But when we use a compass, it saves a lot of time and we are able to construct the triangle in a very simple way. So these constructions basically ease the work of getting the particular shape constructed, and most importantly, it helps us in doing that with the surety whether a shape with these dimensions is possible or not. If certain dimensions are given and we're trying to make a shape out of it, and in certain cases it may not be feasible, but if you keep doing multiple iterations, you may not be able to reach that shape, but you'll not be sure whether it is possible or not. But when we use constructions methods, we can be sure that a shape with the given dimensions and parameters is possible or not. And they of course help in many other ways, like when we are making the plans of buildings or things like that on paper, using constructions it becomes much easier to do those things. Now let's, because we'll be talking about constructions of quadrilateral in this session, let's now first of all understand what are the requirements for construction of a quadrilateral. I assume in this session that before we are moving to construction of quadrilateral, we've done the construction of triangles in previous classes. We know how to bisect the angles, we know how to bisect a line segment, we know how to draw different angles, construct different angles using compass and ruler. So now we'll only talk about constructions of quadrilateral. So let's first understand what are its requirements. Now we know, when we are trying to construct a triangle, we know that three measurements, either the length of the sides or the angles, have to be given for us to be able to construct a triangle. So sometimes it could be a very obvious thing to come to mind is that if triangle needs 3 measurements, for a quadrilateral we may probably need 4 measurements to be able to construct it. But that's not true. We'll need 5 measurements in case of quadrilateral to be able to construct it. Now, why do we say that? Let's take an example. Supposing we have given that we need to draw a quadrilateral of side 3, 4, 3, 4. So these are the 4 sides of a quadrilateral. Now let me try to make a quadrilateral using that. Now since we have 2 sides parallel, 3 and 2 equal to 4, so I could make something like a rectangle. I could make something like this, something like this. These are also parallelograms, but different shapes parallelograms. Now with the same shape, I could change the angle. So with just these 4 sides of a quadrilateral given to me, this is not a unique quadrilateral. What I'm going to get is a lot of quadrilaterals may be possible with these given parameters. So to be able to make a unique quadrilateral, we need 5 dimensions. Now if 3, 4, 3, 4 is given to me and either a diagonal is given to me, maybe I'm told that this diagonal is 5. Now I will not be able to change the shape of this because this will restrict this angle to 90 degree and this will make it a rectangle. So another dimension needs to be given. So we need 5 measurements for a unique quadrilateral to be constructed. Now an important thing to note here is there will be some special cases where a quadrilateral can be constructed with less than 5 measurements. And the special cases could be that it's specified that it's a rectangle of sides 3 and 4. So we know just the 2 dimensions are given, but by specifying that it's a rectangle, there's a whole lot of information which gets provided by default. Similarly, if it's mentioned that it's a rhombus with side 3, so we know that its diagonals are bisect each other at 90 degree. So if one of the diagonals is given, we may be able to construct the rhombus. So those kind of special cases would be there where not 5 measurements are needed, but the special case needs to be specified as to what is the shape of that quadrilateral. Friends, I hope you enjoyed the session. If you find it useful, please like it and share it with your friends. You can visit us at our Cool Smart Learning website and post your queries there. And please subscribe to the Cool Smart Learning channel for getting updates on the new sessions. Thank you.